Yo, 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 what's up? Hope you guys are cool. All right. Yazat here, artist and author, back again. Sorry if you missed me the last few days. Things were not going exactly the way I expected in terms of this life. So I had to go back in and look into a few things to make sure everything was where it should be. I checked into those things and yeah, everything is in order now. So I believe I'm where I'm supposed to be now. There's some super latency. It always seems to be like that to start with anyway. Hopefully to catch up. I'm just checking it. Yeah. Hope you guys are cool. Hope you're having a great day, wherever you are, great morning, afternoon, evening, night. Hope you guys are having a great time, whatever you're doing. Really happy to be back here again. Apologies for not showing in the last few days. And I hope you guys are all great. And you guys have been having yourselves the best possible time wherever you are. That's my hope. So yeah, give me 2 seconds, guys. So without further ado, we get stuck back into what we're doing here, which is drawing this art piece. And I haven't really done much since I stopped at the initial, which is to draw a jacket, color it and whatnot. I do some extra work in it once I am pretty concluded with the piece. I have a lot of inspiration for what I need to do next. So yeah, just to let you guys know, I do a lot of different things as an artist. I do music as well. That's available on my website, which is on yazat.me, which is yazart.me. Feel free to go on there and have a look around. I'll be releasing some albums very soon, and I'll put it on the music channel as well. They'll be on the music channel as well, so I'll let you know all the details of everything once everything is completed. So I'll be releasing a bunch of albums and I'll let you know what those are. You can also, you have the ability to purchase them on the website. They are available on the website right now actually, so you can actually purchase them on the website. So you can go on there and have a look around and let me know what you think. Please give me a few, I'll be back. Hey yo, back again. Hope you guys are cool. So basically, yeah, everything is going where it should be. Thankful to be back here again. I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do next now. I'm going to focus on him. Once I finish focusing on him, then I'll focus on their clothes. I'll focus on their skin actually, so yeah. In case I'm not figured it out, they're actually dark skin characters. So yeah, let's see. Here's hoodie. It may not look too much like a hoodie, but it is a hoodie. So yeah, let's check that. See what color we're going to use for this hoodie. The usual grays. I'm gonna figure out how that's gonna look. Right, I don't think that is actually registering at all, so let me try a different grain now and see. That's a bit better. Let me go a bit darker. I don't want it to be dark. And again, does it really matter? Kind of hard to tell. You can start off with that one and then I can layer it with darker shades later on. It might just be a bit too light though. And again, looks about right. That's not my alley. So I'm gonna color his hoodie with grey. My favorite color, color his hoodie with. So we're going to start the coloring process now. I'm using my trusty Sergeant brush. I'm on my his clothes layer, so that's what I will do to get exactly what I want to get. So if anything goes wrong, I just switch off his layer, start all over again. It's not a big deal. Save function is playing nice today, so should hopefully have no crashes, God willing. Oh yeah, hope you guys have been cool. Missed you guys. I'm sorry if I haven't been around. I had to take care of a few things. You know the drill. Happy to be here though. These works of art will be on YouTube soon. Once I finish certain things I'm working on, I will get these on YouTube. So anytime you need to go through my catalog, you can just go on there. Just have a go, have a look.
The silhouette's burning, embers rising high.
Okay, so I'm just kind of rendering this. I'm trying to go according to the flow of his clothes. I don't really need to have it this big when I'm doing this, to be honest, so I'll just scroll out. It's kind of elongating my work. I really need to go in that deep when I need to do certain details. When it comes to clothes, you don't really need to have too many. You just need to have certain details that looks like his clothes, their clothes he's wearing. So that's what I tend to think about when I'm drawing. I try to round out the strokes. Try to make the strokes look indelible, if that's the right word. But basically try to make them look in a way that flows with his clothing. Remember that I don't use these days line art for my work, so I will have to make sure the details show correctly when I do this stuff. But when I'm doing this, I'm kind of also blocking as well, so in case I need to do anything, there will not be any problems. have blocked the characters this time, so I've done the right things this time around, hopefully. So if I need to do anything, I can without worrying about the background or worrying about something filtering through. It won't happen this time. I love grey because grey gives me more tonality when my drawing. It can be anything, it can be light brown, it can be purple, it can be red, it can be whatever. Grey is something that I use, and it's something I've seen other people use that makes the most sense when it comes to blocking your characters. I think it flows the best with any other additional colors you add. White obviously is also good, which is cool. Just have to make sure you know the difference between what you are coloring and your background, so you know there's a demarcation. That's the reason why we use off-white. We don't really use white. You know, white is a very good blocking tool. You have a black background, but you can make your background black temporarily while you're doing your characters. When you finish your characters, then you can move the background and do whatever background you want to do. Right now, I'm not even sure what background I'm going to do here, or if I'll do any background, but we'll see what the best course of action will be. So right now, I'm just rendering his arm. This young man. If you guys are enjoying this, if you are, please don't forget to follow me. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share me with other people. Let them know what the good videos are. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just trying to get these a bit more colored down. At some point I'll have to zoom in. My own benefit. Not be too concerned about her fingers, but still, I'll try not to draw too much into her fingers. I'll try to skirt around her fingers as much as I can. So I can have more separation. I don't want to have any sort of filtering, any colors filtering through. Right, so I'm still gonna keep coloring. I think I still need to cover some spaces here. For those of you who are not used to digital, part of the reason why I do this is for you to know that you can get into digital, whether you think you have the skill or not. Many of you are very talented when it comes to drawing, and you might be a bit reluctant coming to digital. I just want you to know that you very well can do it. If I can do it, then you definitely can do it. It's something that you can most definitely get into. As you can see, I'm just coloring like I would if I was using a regular palette, a regular traditional style of drawing. Many people who are traditional artists that are moving to digital and are doing very well. There's loads of them on YouTube. I'm one of them as well. So I hope you guys will also join me on there, my YouTube channel. I will start putting content on there, and all you guys can follow me and help us get to the best possible place for everyone. Good place of learning. You mess with my head. You lied to my mother. You lied to my friends. You said that you'd be there, but this never ends. Don't wake me up, not in this century. Don't wake me up, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost. So I'm just gonna color this top part close to her face. Trying to keep those details tight, so make sure I don't overflow too much into it. When it comes to watercolor style painting, it can be forgiving sometimes with some overflows. But I do like to deal with more precision as much as I can. I love to use this brush. It just gives me that artistic freedom, and it's pretty dynamic as well, so it gives me a lot of flow to do what I want to do. So when it comes to any sort of digital art program that you decide to go with, you should ensure that the brush you use is expressive. When you press it, it puts out more color. When you press less, it puts out less color. Stuff like this, you know. It's very useful. That's the whole point of using a digital pen. If you didn't want to have any kind of pressure sensitivity, you just use a mouse. You know, I used to draw with mouse when I started this stuff off when I was a kid. And there's some pretty good stuff with it. One thing you can't do when you put your mind to it, when you really want something. I've always wanted to know how to use a computer. I wanted to know how to do digital art. And that's what I'm saying, that if I can do it, then definitely you can. Just have to have the desire for it. You have to decide within yourself it's something that you want. And it has to be something that's intrinsic. It has to come from within. It's not something that anyone can give you. I can just point you in the right direction. That's pretty much why I'm here. Let's give glory to the Most High for giving us life to be here again today. So here and now, I'm going to show you guys what I can to help you guys see that it is very possible for you to move to digital for those who are traditional artists. For those of you who have your apprehension for using digital, this is your chance to see that you can use digital, because I had the same apprehension. I've been using digital for a long time. Some of you might use digital and just pick it up, instantly. Some of you might just pick it up like the very same moment. For me, it took a long time to get to a decent level with digital. I just could not figure out what style I needed to do. Until when I realized that I already had everything inside me, just needed to just express myself. Just be myself, because everybody is different. The problem comes when you try to be someone else. When you try to copy someone else's style that is not inherently your own style. That's where you start to run into problems. It's the same with everything else. Writing, Even when it comes to fighting, for those who fight, when you have your own unique style, you find more success because people cannot figure you out. You don't have the conventional style. You find it's the most unconventional fighters who are usually the most successful. You got guys like Alex Pereira, you got guys like Aljamain Sterling, guys like even Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy is not a conventional striker. Nobody in that organization fights like him. But it's always good to be the outlier. It's not. A lot of people like to clown people that they deem to be outliers, but it's the outliers who have the biggest chance of success in life because they don't do things in the conventional way. The way they do things opens a whole new world. A new world to different things, different aspects you would never have thought of under the conventional methodology of doing things. So don't be afraid of being unconventional, or being non-conventional, or being non-conforming. Everything can be done the right way. There's always a right way and wrong way of doing things. You have to pray to God to help you do things in the right way. Choose the right decision. Because in life, one thing that there's nothing more consistent in life than making decisions. So whenever we make decisions, we have to make sure that we are making the right decisions. It's not always the easiest taking a decision, but when you know you've done everything you should do, you put it in prayer to God, you've told God you need help, you need, His help to guide you, and leave everything in His hands. And you see that things will work out in some way, form, or fashion, even better than you expected. What has been for me. And yes, we all have stuff we have to deal with, not the easiest. We just have to make sure at every point in time we are doing the best we can, and we're not ignoring who we really are, just to fit into a certain mold that the world or people or both want you to be in. When it comes to life, you look back to your life and you think to yourself, what did you really do? What did you really achieve in this life that was different? What did you really bring into the world when you came here? A lot of people would take what you're capable of doing for granted in any instance. What's the point of you seeking their approval? It does nothing for you. If somebody likes you, they will like you. If someone does not like you, they will not like you. Chances are they will never like you. The life is too short. Life is way too short for you to wait for people who don't like you to like you. You have to just keep moving on. But if you wait for those people, you wait for a long time, is what I can tell you. This is my own 100% authentic style. I don't do like anybody. I don't need inspiration from anybody. I just follow what God puts in my heart. I do the best I can do with what I have, and I go from there. And that's pretty much what I do. Everybody has a purpose as to what God put them on earth to do. You just have to know what your purpose is. As someone has said, you have to be who you are in this world. Figure out what that is. And and own it. And again, as you know, don't know what that is. You can pray to God to know what that is.
Down the rabbit hole again, and as I fall, I can feel the pain. You can't tell me where to go, so I don't know, and just go with the flow.
So, if you're just joining the channel, my name is Yazart. I'm an artist and author. I do art pieces, which I love to do. I love to show certain things I feel will be useful to people. Not the best of the best, far from it. I just thank God to be here, to be able to help people what I have. This is what I have, so I try to help what I have, and I hope that this helps you. It's something I offer for free. You don't have to pay for it. If you want to support me, please visit my website. I've got books on there. I've got stationery, I've got merchandise. I have music as well. Please feel free to go on there and buy anything you like. You can buy it just to support me. You can buy it for your own listening pleasure, whichever one makes the most sense to you. In any case, I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your love and care. And I wish you the best in your life. Pray for God's blessings upon you. Your endeavors. You facilitate mine, God will facilitate you. God is the one looking after all of us here. I appreciate what you guys give. I appreciate it. Your hard-earned money. That's why I do this. You guys can learn from me. I'll also put some training stuff on there. You can also purchase stuff from my website, additional to what I'm giving for free. I do even think this, what I'm giving for free is even better than what I'm giving for training. That's neither here nor there. It's just another avenue for you to enjoy my content. So you're very free to go on the website and see what you like and purchase what you like. It's all there for your consumption. Available for competitive prices. Not going to break the bank. Hope your day is going very well. Hope you have cool yourself wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Thank God for another day of life. Happy that you are here. Happy that you're alive. Happy to see you. Right, I'm just doing some more stuff with this, and then I'm saying I'll get something dark. I think that'll be the last thing. And then from then, I think I should be able to color their skin. Color their skin, I could do the background, so I did the background, and that should pretty much be it. I might finish this today or tomorrow, we'll see. Right, so I'm going for another shade. Going for a darker shade of grey. Let's see how we can go for that now. And selecting that, you can see, guys.
Inexorably Arrow. Welcome to my channel. Inexorably Arrow said. JAP viewers on stream booth. gmail.com. Remove the space at J0SNWPPD.
Okay, so let's see. I got another shade. Let me see if this shade is my best final shade or not. Yeah, so it's not gonna make my life easy. I have to try and go for an even darker shade. But is this dark enough or not? Let me have a test. It's not bad, I guess. I used to have a friend in secondary school who used to draw like that. He used to have all these lines on his characters. And people were very, very saucy about that because they would compare his style to mine and someone else as well, who is someone I have a lot of respect for, who also draws. And they would say, oh, he doesn't draw very well, but when I think back on it now, it's like, that was his style. And even then, I supported him, and it's like, this is your own style, but I understand it even more now, like how important it is to have your own style. You just very well have your own style, and just do things in your own way, you know? Do things in a way that makes sense to you. That's what he did, and if I think about his style now, it's actually quite ingenious what his style was. It was pretty cool. That's why I said I've been around people who draw, and none of them were like the best of the best, you know. But they were inspired, and they picked up a pen and started drawing, and they were drawing some cool stuff. We were actually reading that stuff. I was reading that stuff, you know, because the emphasis for me even then has always been story. I've always been a big fan of a good story, because the story is what will get people coming back. It's not necessarily the art, it's not necessarily the effects or the fights or whatever. It's the story, not the spectacle, you know. People are very smart, and that's what I think a lot of companies take for granted, is the fact that people are actually very smart and they know what is good. They know what good writing is because they read it all the time. A lot of them buy a lot of these books, a lot of the mainstream books. They know which mainstream ones are the authentic things, are the real deal, and they know which ones are not. So they don't seem to accept the fact that a lot of people who buy these, who consume these things, are actually very well read, and they're actually the people that society relies on to work. I think they think people are kind of dumb or something. I've said this in other lives, but I'm saying it again pretty much because the truth is redundant. Truth doesn't change. It's a story that counts. So when I think about their drawing styles, and what I think of is like the influence for real for them was like the story. So even when the drawing style wasn't the best, they would have a decent storyline along with it that would make you want to read it, because you have like maybe the bad guy, and then the bad guy like goes after someone's girlfriend or something, and then bad guy like kills the person's girlfriend, The guy goes to have revenge. So it's very simple story. Like, but if you look at movies today, it's kind of the same thing. If you look at Dune too, that's the same thing. Same. It's basically the same storyline. It's basically the same storyline. So it's like it's not really that serious, you know. A lot of people think, oh, we're writing basic stuff, but it's the basic stuff that gets people's attention sometimes. It really is. You write stuff in a basic way people can understand. People will love your stuff. They will love you because they know that you are writing this in a way that they will understand. And not because they are dumb, because it's a style. You know, you're taking you believe that if I can do this and I like this sort of thing, someone else is gonna like, and that's essentially what being an artist is. It's like my like for your like, and I can't force you to like what I like. But the moment an artist tries to force people to like what they like, then that's when they cease to be an artist. If you ask me, because an art is very, as in top level art is niche. It's always gonna be niche. There's no way everyone's gonna like your art. If they did, then something is wrong. Something is wrong. There's something going on there because beyond the eyes. But typically, no one's art is universally loved. It can be universally recognized, but that means universally loved. So unless you're drawing, you're not drawing stuff that is like inspired. And that's the reason why a lot of people don't get noticed, because they are so keen on trying to be the next this or trying to be the next that. They don't carve their own voice. They don't build their own voice from scratch. They just try to be someone else's voice, that no one asked for. So that's kind of like what tends to mess them up, kind of. That's kind of what messes up their whole repertoire, is the fact that they don't seem to believe in their abilities. They don't seem to believe in their skill sets, what they're capable of doing. Right, so I'm gonna make a new layer, call it highlight. I'm in a highlight mood today, so let me do some highlights for his jacket, his hoodie.
You can say hello, but I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me.
Okay, so let's go.
Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. You can say hello, but I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. You can watch me go, 'cause I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me.
Okay. So we're gonna go for a lighter shade, obviously. I'll start off with trying to select the lighter shade so I can work my way from there. Lighter shade seems to be here. And I'm gonna go a bit higher. I'm crazy. Just doing a bit of a save, making sure my work is up to scratch. Let me test this further. I think that's a good shade. Right, so we're gonna stick with that one now.
All the barricades, I wanna know why they hold me back. Need a miracle to break me through, but I won't get back. If I was a real wonder, then I could save me from starting
Ironic, I'm doing the shade at the back of his neck. Oh well. I just feel the need to do that for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm gonna outline these. I hope that takes.
Tell me what you feel in your heart and your soul. There's nothing I would take for granted. With me, we'll make it through. It's too hard to fix heartbreak. We grew apart, I made a mistake, but I'll try to make it up to you, my darling. Ooh.
I wanna be a real one day. Heaven lift me up from under. Wishing I could be somehow.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I can find a way out of pain inside me. Never be afraid of the fate that finds me.
One of the most important things as an artist you need to do is find your own style. Look at Jordan Peele. Everybody had been making horror movies before he showed up, but nowadays everybody makes horror movies kind of like him. He kind of revolutionized the game, even though you started making them like 7 years ago or so. And he's already done like 3 horror movies, I think. Yeah, he's produced a bunch of movies too. I'm not really the biggest fan of his productions, but I do like his movies. His movies are really good. And he's very different in how he approaches what he does. That's kind of what it means to be an outlier. You try and do things different. When you do things different, people will, it's either going to be make or break at that point. It's either there's no such thing as failure. So it's either you don't get things then, or you get it later. But eventually you will get it. As long as you're consistent, as long as God is on your side, you will get that thing. You know, God will bless you with that thing. So consistency is very key. You have to put a lot of work into yourself and believe in yourself and be consistent and keep grinding. Especially when nobody knows you're grinding. Keep putting that work in. People like that, I imagine, are the ones who tend to get to those levels.
I need a second to take a breath, to keep me guessing with what you said. You're in my head. We're under pressure, we're sinking deep like stormy weather. Can't seem to breathe when you're with me.
Okay, these are pretty small lines. I don't know if we can see them, but we should accentuate them a bit more. Trying to get it to taper off. So as you can see, I'm just putting these highlights on here. Make sure it's kind of follows that pattern.
So complicated, don't mess it up. Feeling frustrated, it ain't enough.
That's kind of what we're doing here.
To fix a love.
Let me think.
You're gonna break me. I know I won't stay.
This is like a good place to put it.
Here you push me away. If you're gonna choose, you don't know what to do. I don't wanna lose you, but don't wanna lose me too.
I think we might be done with this hoodie. So the next thing now would be their skin. Without further ado, let's get straight to that. So we got into that, going through coloring his hoodie. Now we're gonna look at doing the skin for both of them. I'm gonna make one layer for both of them. I believe that should be okay. Whenever the characters are intertwined, I tend to make the layers. I tend to put everything on the same layer. That makes my life easier. That's to switch from layer to layer. Trying to do X, Y, and Z. It's not super necessary. Let's maybe have a quick save. I'm gonna select my browns. See what brown I'm gonna use. For some reason it's being really light. Let me select something else. That looks decent. Let me try that and see how that goes. Do a quick save. I wouldn't call it quick, but yeah, it's not my fault, it's beyond my control. So I'm gonna color her face now. Her face is this brown. I'm happy with it, I think. And shade it as I need later. At this point, I could switch my brush. No need to use this particular brush, a Sergeant brush for this, because I like to get like a bit of a clean section, but let's just use it. The Sergeant brush takes longer sometimes to block. I'm not really blocking, I'm trying to render though. But I'm just doing initial stuff. I'll do more stuff when I start layering this character's face. Right, so as you can see, I'm coloring the whole face with this color. On the skin layer, using the sergeant brush, I'm just trying to cover everything up.
The silhouette's burning, embers rising high, like a chemical fire. The flame won't die. Intertwine, darling, you and I.
So I'm just getting through these parts now, and hopefully we can detail some stuff.
Barely scratching the surface. This obsession of mine is fueling the furnace.
You guys have to make sure you believe in yourselves, believe in what you're doing. Trust in God no matter what happens. Always have faith in the abilities He's giving you. Not to what anyone says, always keep going, keep building. Believe in what you're doing. Be consistent. I'm going to do it here again. Make sure we can get this thing filled. I'm just going to keep coloring, rendering. This is my rendering, so I'm going to keep rendering it and to cover every space I can cover to the best possible level. First I selected a different brush like I wanted to do. The only issue is when it comes to layering, I like to use the sergeant brush, and if I use a different brush and I start layering, it might be different. But the way the brush might interpret the color might be a bit different. There may be a bit more saturation. As you can see, this brush doesn't have super saturation. Even when you select the dark color, it doesn't really display that color. One of the reasons why I like the brush is it's kind of muted. And just like real watercolor media, like if you draw it, it has this muted look, this soft look. That's why I think you get very well with the sergeant brush. Get that very well with the sergeant brush. I still haven't sat down to figure out which of the brushes I would like to use here, but I'm keeping it simple for the sake of people who watch. Let them know that it's not really the brush you're using, it's you. I try not to change brushes too much so you're not confuse people. Just tend to stick to this one brush, so you guys can see that it's possible for you to get a good uniform look with just one brush. This right here, put that one down as well. Run a quick save. Right, bear me a few minutes, guys. Welcome back. So I'm just gonna finish off with this.
Hand on the wheel, got my pistons pumping, all 800 horses.
You should always make sure that you never doubt what you're capable of doing. God only gave one life in this world. Make sure you make the best of it. Wherever you are, whatever endeavor you choose, whatever business you choose to start, believe in yourself and get it done. Anybody who can do it is you. You have all the tools, you have everything you need to do it. Don't let anything or nothing stop you from doing it. Don't let the appearance of success stop you from doing it. Just be who you are. Do what you're capable of doing. Leave everything in God's hands. Do your best. Put your behind off. Get that thing done so you know you're putting your whole energy into that thing. And see where it leads you to. Okay, I think I'm done with her. I'm going to focus on him now. Try and get him done now. Follow his face, his profile. If you guys are just joining me, my name is Yazart, artist and author. Please don't forget to like my live, don't forget to follow, don't forget to send me a chat as well. I'd love to know what you're thinking, let us know how your day is going. Please visit my website, which is yazat.me, which is yazart.me. I have a horror series called The Judgment Land Saga. It's a 4-part series and it's a great read, available in just 3 clicks as an ebook. You can also purchase it on Amazon as a paperback as well if you so choose. It's available for a very competitive price. We've got music on there as well. I have many other things on there that I'm sure you'll love. Just feel free to go on there and see what you like. Every little helps. Really appreciate the support. Whatever you guys are willing to give, I appreciate it wholeheartedly. Alright, so coloring him now, and then get everything done. I do change my style of drawing a lot. I'm trying to be consistent when I'm doing this stuff online. I may change my style of coloring. This is all to your benefit in any case, to show you that there's different ways to skin a cat. But I will do my best to be consistent so there's no confusion. Okay, let's do a quick save.
The silhouette's burning,
So continue.
embers rising high, like a chemical fire. The flame won't die.
You guys are having a great day wherever you are. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for showing up. Don't forget to like the live. Don't forget to send a chat to me. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what's good. I'm coloring this whole thing now. And to cover everything, before I switch to a darker shade and do more layering on this color, give it some more volume.
This obsession of mine is feeling the furnace. I'm upon
When it comes to coloring the face, you try and make sure you block better. Face doesn't have any real contours typically. That's what I try to do when I'm coloring. You usually should not have that issue with most brushes, but depending on which brush you use, you might have to be mindful of your pressures when you're trying to block. Because I'm using a very specialist brush, I have to be mindful of my pressures when I'm using it. Get myself the right kind of look. I'm not coloring clothes, I'm coloring the face. Even when it comes to a young man's face, it's going to be smooth. Typically, it will be smooth. There's some artists who go on to draw, like even skin pores and stuff, you know. That's some amazing stuff, if you ask me. It's about realism. And that realism is a whole other art form. And sometimes I engage in it, sometimes I don't. Obviously, when you do something a lot, you get used to doing it, you get better at it. I have dabbled in realism and come up with very good results. I'm by no means an expert in realism. For me, this is a form of realism I'm drawing right now. Yeah, there's some levels of drawing where it's like ultra real. That's a whole different style. And a lot of times I don't really use a reference, so yeah. Maybe one day I'll do one or something like that. Maybe when I get a big enough audience. Or draw like maybe a former inventor or somebody that's in the community. Okay, so let's color the rest of this and get this done. Okay, so I'm gonna color this his neck next to her. Okay, really close now. Trying to get his ears. It's kind of being a bit on the difficult side for some reason.
I need a scarecrow after what you did, 'cause all of the birds know that I'm almost dead. I'm barely breathing.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep coloring until I get exactly what I want. When I get what I want, I'm gonna get for a darker shade. I'll go to my palette and select the darker shade right there. Using my same brush, I'll come back here and then continue. Once I complete this, it's taking me a while, but sometimes it does. Especially using a brush like this. But using a different kind of brush, it will take me a few seconds to color this. So I like the control. I think it gives it a bit more organic look when you basically use a certain kind of brush. Whenever you get your software of choice, make sure you have brushes that you like to use. Arrange them in a section for yourself so you don't have to go through every time to find those brushes. That's what I tend to do. I use the software long enough that I know which brushes I use and know how to organize them. I'm kind of like a keep it basic kind of guy, typically when it comes to drawing. I don't really do too much with the software. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. I showed that on my lives. If you are not seeing my previous lives, you can go through and watch my catalog. My catalog is fast vanishing, so you probably should be quick. And like I said, they will be on YouTube soon, so I'll be putting them on YouTube. You can watch them there for posterity. I can give a proper link to my YouTube channel. Okay, so are we good? Are we good? Looks good. Looks great. I'm going to don't forget this is on a different layer, so I shouldn't be afraid to color around it.
Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips. You're just a ghost inside my head. Oh, you're just a ghost.
Okay, so I'm just thinking,
My head.
are we good or no? I think we're good. Yeah, we have a quick save. Tell us how it looks. A cursory glance. Within her eyes, I don't really have to be concerned about him so much. As you can see, we're very close to finishing this piece, even though I haven't done our fingers yet, and I'm not done our shirt yet, so I need to focus on those two when the time comes. Completely forgot about our shirts. Still, I'll probably just focus on doing the skin for now, and then maybe I'll finish the shirt another time. I'm just coloring this now, making sure I'm staying within the lines so I don't overshoot it. Don't undershoot it. We'll do that. And stuff from here. When my line art needs to be cleaner next time. Okay, let's color this one as well. Whenever I'm rendering, I always lift my pen so I don't have one long continuous stroke. So if I have to undo, it's not gonna do the whole thing, and that also causes issues in my buffer, my memory. Sometimes I do have certain things going on with the software, but for the most part, it does the job. One of the reasons why I like it, because when it runs, it runs. All the brushes tend to work with no real lag. I've had issues like that in other software, but I don't have it like that in this one when it works. The only problem is certain things that happens when you do certain things it doesn't like. So it's just stuff to be mindful of. Stuff that I have to be mindful of on my part. Make sure I give you guys the most seamless of experiences watching this live. Yeah, so if you guys watch any stuff, watch any horror. I don't necessarily like horror. Sometimes I watch stuff by myself. I haven't watched stuff from time to time. I do write horror, and I have a horror novel on my website called The John Mainland Saga. It's a 4-part chapter, and it's available in just 3 clicks as an ebook for download for a wonderful price. You can get it as well on Amazon as a paperback, or even as a Kindle ebook. So feel free to go on and see what you love. Basically, I tend to see some horror stuff from time to time. I don't necessarily plan to watch it, I just find out, okay, oh, this is horror. I say, okay, let me just give it a once over. So, when I saw what's called The Platform, anybody has watched that one, but really gruesome movie, and it really follows the horror tropes to a T. What I mean basically is that when it comes to horror, right? So basically, I want to do her shirt first before I do anything else. So let me make a layer for her shirt, and then I will I was gonna say first, I'll make a layer for her shirt. Now continue with the skin stuff. You see, I didn't realize that I'm not done her shirt. It shouldn't take me too long to do that. Alright, so I'm gonna select a light color for that one. Actually, that's a bit problematic for me because if I select it now, I will lose my initial brown. I don't want to do that. So I think I should finish off with coloring their skin. I shall do that first before I start messing with her shirt. So I will have to stick with the skin. Reason being, I don't want to lose this initial color. But sometimes it can be problematic trying to find the right matching color. You want to use a color pick. Color pick is not a guarantee I'll get the exact color I want. So I cannot take that chance. I want to finish this off. Then I will trace on something else. But is this dark enough? No, it's too... Yeah, it's too muted. So I need to find something that's not as muted and go from there. Going deeper down. Make it better.
I'm falling down
I think this is fine. I never just stay on the same layer. I usually stay on the same layer. So yeah, so basically the movie was kind of like a horror movie. It has a very weird premise, which I've not really seen. I think there's been other movies like that, obviously, like Cabin in the Woods or Cell or these other ones, you know. I don't really know. I've not watched them, so I don't really know. But that movie particularly was pretty gruesome. I think it's from a different country. I think it's from France or something. There's some kind of cannibalism stuff going on there. If you can say that stuff here, but yeah, there's some really weird stuff going on. Basically, it's a bunch of people stuck somewhere. They volunteer to get stuck there for some reason. I don't know if they know what's gonna happen when they get stuck, or it's just something that they spring on them. Because apparently, every person that was there in some way, form, or fashion requested to be there. But that's where it kind of is, you know. It's like the movie is about a bunch of people stuck in different levels, and sorry if you don't want spoilers. Just to say this spoilers. Whenever I talk about stuff like this, it's always spoilers. I won't say obviously every single detail, but yeah, the movie kind of starts off that way in any case. So if you start the movie off, it starts off relatively quickly. You get straight to business. But yeah, basically, it's a bunch of people stuck in different levels, and each level you have to basically survive whichever level you're on. So if there's a vat of food that is sent between levels, so that vat of food starts from the top level and goes all the way down to the last level. So whichever level you find yourself in, you have to make do with whatever food that reaches you. So if you have any food that reaches you, then you know, okay. If you don't have any food that reaches you, then too bad. Sometimes people tend to put bodily waste on food, all kinds of stuff. You can use your imagination. It might not be as bad as I'm telling you, but that's essentially what it is. And obviously, when you're watching something, you don't really know what you're watching, but when you actually sit down to think about it, it's like, yeah, it's pretty nasty. I didn't check. I'm not sure what the age certification of it was, but I'm pretty sure it might be an 18. I'm pretty sure based on what I saw in there. By now I saw, but basically what was in there, it's likely 18. Why am I bringing this up? I'm just talking about horror stuff because I write horror as well. So from time to time, I find myself seeing horror. I have to be one of the few horror writers out there who writes horror but doesn't like horror. It's a genre I don't like. They say, you know, so they ask me about a lot of horror novels and stuff. Yeah, you probably will lose me. But I have seen, you know, stuff basically. And yeah, if you ask me, horror is like the closest thing to reality you ever watch. And a lot of movies you're watching out there are secretly horror movies, but they don't really tell you it's a horror movie. But basically, yeah, there's stuff that goes on in those things. It's basically horror movie fodder. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna shade him. What the best shade to use, to be fair. Yeah, so it basically talks about, from what I can see, the director was, or the writer, whoever is the one that came up with that movie, is likely making a commentary on how people need to help each other in terms of like, if you don't help each other, then we can't really survive. You know, and if you don't help each other, you end up cannibalizing each other. That's essentially what he was trying to show with that stuff, I imagine. So
This is a little awkward. Things haven't really been working out as well between us, and I think it's time for both of us to kind of just.
So basically, people at the lower levels, they basically don't get any real food, so they have to look for alternative means, as I've said before, to eat, to survive. And it's kind of like something that you can't really avoid because it's clearly part of the plot, you know. So the director is like, yep, you know, you should shut up and take your medicine. You know? So yeah, if it's like that's not your thing, you know, which it isn't my thing anyway, but you should just avoid the whole thing altogether. But yeah, it's a clear theme. It's something that they were very, I think, a bit keen on depicting in the series. So I wasn't the biggest fan of it, and I mean, I've slept through some of the first part. I did watch the second part first, and overall, I think the second part, I would say it's better. It's just a bit, maybe, it's a bit more conclusive than the first part. So yeah, and you know, horror doesn't have to conclude the way you want it to conclude. That's essentially how horror works, you know. So horror is like, there's no real rhyme or reason for what's happening. It's just stuff that's happening, and you just find people having to deal with those things, and that on paper is the best kind of horror you can have, because horror is basically the unexplained. You know, you don't necessarily know exactly what is ailing people, what's causing certain things. You don't have to know what's causing certain things. You just have to know that this is the reason, this is what's happening, this is the effect of it, and this is what people need to do to survive. And if you think about how they need to survive, you think to yourself, is this even living? You know, but that's kind of like the real life, you know. The real life horror is worse than any horror you ever watch on TV. People have been sacrificed every day, killed in their countries, in their homes, being bombed in their homes. People are being displaced every day. You know, but these are things I think the kind of social commentary we need is stuff like talks about things like that. You know, I think having a movie like that might be useful if it wasn't for like all the unnecessary imagery, but I can't be one to talk from a horror writer myself. So yeah, horror is very reliant on imagery. Very, very reliant on imagery. So you sell that story with the imagery you display of that story. You don't show any imagery, then what is there to be afraid of? That's where, and therein lies the real horror. What we live in, people are going through things that some of us cannot even begin to imagine. That's like their daily life. That's what they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. That's the reason why you shouldn't take things too seriously, especially when you live in certain countries of the world and not having those sort of issues, at least on the surface. I think we're kind of done. I might do an overall of this definitely, but I think I need to do maybe one more shade. Discard post to save this one. Right, so I'm gonna go for another shade of brown. It's darker.
You can say hello, but I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like. You can watch me go, 'cause I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like. You can say hello, but I don't need you to like. Don't need you to like. You can watch me go, 'cause I don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like me. Don't need you to like.
Okay, this is actually looking close to what I actually want already. Do I need to do any more than this? Let's go. Yeah, this is a decent brown. Decent brown shade to go with.
All the barricades, I wanna know why they hold me back. Need a miracle to break me through, but I won't get that. If I was a real wonder, then I could save me from turning around. Lift me off the ground, and one day I'm free. Yeah, I wanna be a real wonder. Heaven lift me up from under. Wishing I could be somehow stronger now, so I can fight away all the pain inside me. Never be afraid of the fate that finds me. Wishing I could be
Okay, I think I'm very done with her. I don't do too much shading on her.
If you wanna be a wonder, baby, come and show it. Tell me what you feel in your heart and your soul. There's nothing I would take for granted. With me, we'll make it through. Takes two hearts to fix heartbreak.
So you can see how I'm just going with my coloring hand. I'm not making it even, but I'm not making it super obvious what I'm doing. If I have to, then I press down, get myself a darker shade. It's not with the white.
stronger now,
So I can fight away all the pain inside me. Never be afraid of the fate that finds me. Wish that I could be stronger, so I can be a real wonder.
Okay, so let's see that. That there. Shade these places. So, yeah, the inner part will be darker, but the outer part. Let me save. So I'm just coloring this, shading all this stuff, making sure it's what it should be. Okay, so this is mouth. Maybe put some lightness in that section. I think I'm feeling some highlight coming. I feel the highlight coming on. We'll see though. I'm just giving it a once over. I'm trying to figure out what to do next here. Right, so I need to draw details now. Oh, I need to do her shirt. I think I'm pretty much done with the shading. I'm gonna do whatever is needed afterwards. I'm gonna redo all their features with another brush. What I tend to do when it comes to putting the characters on their own. Okay, I'm just thinking. Let's do the shirt first. Then we'll come back to this. Right.
So complicated, don't mess it up. Feeling frustrated, it ain't enough to fix it.
Okay, so we'll go to our shirt now. We can comfortably go to the grays. I want to go something white-ish, white color. I'll do some shading on there as well. Go for a different shade of white. That's better. I'm going to stick with that, and then I'm going to do details on their face, and then we'll see what's next. That she will just switch off the layers after that. Switch off my drawing layer. If you're just joining me, this is Yazat, artist and author. Hope you're cool. Welcome to my life. Hope you guys can just get to sit down and just enjoy whatever it is you are seeing on the screen right now. Talk about a lot of different things. Talk about the Bible, talk about the truth, talk about horror stories. Yeah. Talk about drawing as well, right? I don't know what. Okay, I'm trying to figure out why I did it this way. It's all good. I'm gonna try and color this shirt now with white. Save. Yeah, I watched 2 of those movies, The Platform and then Platform 2. They were both kind of gruesome. And basically, the second one ended in a clearer fashion than the first one. Doesn't necessarily mean it's better, but I liked the overall story. And I think the main characters are usually pretty good. I love the main characters. It's character driven, so it's pretty good. Not of TSC horror, so that's character driven. I think that's the main enticement for that whole thing. Is the characters. The characters are pretty compelling, and you got to figure out what they are about and who they are, where they came from, why they're in the pit, as they call it. And basically, I'm not entirely sure as to why they're in the pit. I'm not sure why they'll be there. And no one is really saying, oh, we need to be out of here and we need to find out why they put us in something like this. I never really heard that. I was waiting to hear someone say stuff like that, but it never came for some reason. So it's just like maybe the people want to be there. It's kind of always baffling to me though, but that's what it seems like to me. I could be wrong, but basically it looks like the people actually want to be there. They want to be in the pit, killing each other and getting killed or whatever for food. And basically that's the whole premise. It's just basically a bunch of people on different levels. Each level has at least 2 people on it, unless one dies. And then by the next day you have a new partner. And basically food descends between the levels and it stays in one level for a set period of time, and then that food goes to the next level. So it starts from the top, so whoever is at the top gets the pick of the litter, you know. So once they are done, not once they're done, when the timer reaches and it goes down, probably like maybe 3 to 5 minutes a level, or something like that, or maybe 2 to 3 minutes per level, because they are usually very fast to eat. They're usually scarfing on the food when it gets to them. I never really said how long the platform tends to last before it has to go. And basically, yeah, platform stays there, then it has to go to the next level, next lower level, and so on. It does that every single day. So that's kind of maddening, isn't it? So I'm very, very careful to use the word imagine, because it's a movie, you just have to watch it. So I wouldn't want you to imagine something like that, to be honest. That's the power of books. And that's why I have my book. It's called German Land Saga. It's available on my website. It's 4 parts. Available in just 3 clicks as an ebook to your desktop for a fee. A wonderful, gracious, great fee. And that would be so nice of you to do. I really appreciate it if you do that. Appreciate it when you do that. So basically, it's kind of how it goes. And yeah, the story has its twists and turns. I won't go into the details, like I said. Even if I tell you, I give you like a rough synopsis, I don't always like give the whole story away. So you need to go and watch it yourself. if you feel like it's not that you have to watch it. When I say stuff like this, like, oh, you have to go and watch it. No, that's not how I roll. Everyone is different. I just happen to have watched that. Doesn't mean the whole world has to watch it, but if you want to, you can. Up to you. I don't usually search for these things, I just end up finding them. Right, I think I've gotten what I want, I think. So what I need to do is do maybe one more shade on this. And then I'm pretty much... I think 2 more shades because I want to do the outlines with the last shade. And just do some shading with the next shade and then it should be done. And save. So yeah, that film is pretty brutal in its own way. People will be like, "Oh, it's not nothing," you know. The people who have probably watched I don't know what they call them, but what is it called? Man, there's this horror movie called. I don't remember what it's called. This horror movie that has like, they say it's a human centipede. There's probably people that watch that will say stuff like, "Oh, it's nothing," you know. It's like, you know. So I haven't watched the human centipede. I would likely never watch it this life. And I'm happy with that. So, as somebody who's watched that, then I just put my hands up and just be like, dude, it's whatever, man. It's whatever. So, if you feel that way, I don't know what to say. I really don't. If you're watching my centipede, I don't know what to tell you. I really have nothing to tell you. So, yeah. If you watch Human Centipede, I don't think there's any need for you to watch any more horror movies. Just that horror movie is a horror movie to last your lifetime. Just checking a few things, making sure everything is where it should be. Check my life pool. I don't know if it's me or my life seems to have stalled. Okay. Cool. Looks fine. Yeah, I do try to keep track of my life so I can make sure that everything is what it should be. There's no point in me doing all this and you guys don't hear anything or see anything I'm doing. It really isn't. So I have to make sure you guys can see me and hear me. I've had an issue where it stalled and I was just like, oh man. But yeah, that's not happening today, thank God. So I'm just gonna try this. I haven't even tested this shade to see if it's actually okay for me. So far, I don't know if it is really. Okay. I don't see anything. I'm just trying to.
I need a scarecrow after what you did, 'cause all of the birds know that I'm almost dead.
Right, I'm gonna test this one and see if I can get good. shade out of it.
You left me in pieces. There's no more to play.
Seems decent.
Don't wake me up. Not in this century. Don't wake me up. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory.
Okay, that's a decent shade. Kinda hard to see, but it's a decent shade nonetheless. Right, so got that one.
I need an angel
There.
after what you did. 'Cause you were the devil.
Save.
You mess with my head. You lied to my mother. You lied to my friends.
I think we're good. I'm gonna try and get myself a good shade.
Don't wake me up, not in this century. Don't wake me up, 'cause you're just a ghost inside.
Let's go darker. I want to do something more
You're just a ghost
with it.
ever there. You're just a memory on my lips. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside.
Trying to get
You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a
yeah.
memory on my lips. You're just a ghost inside my head. Oh, you're just a ghost inside my head.
Yeah, I'm trying to get these lines. Okay, so this one's no. At this point, I probably should use a different brush, really. Let me save this and find a different brush to use. Get my trusty sketcher brush. I'll need it for detailing my other characters as well. I'll need it to add those wonderful details on their faces and their fingers and everywhere else in their skin. I don't know which I'm going to use, Sketcher or something else. Let's go with Tiny DLs. tiny details I think preserves the color a bit better. It's not as aberrant as some of the other ones. Then again, not sharp. Some of the other ones. Let me try something. Yeah, let me try and see if I can reduce the size. Do more. Yeah. Let's try that again. I'm getting these outlines for her turtleneck, look like a sweater type clothing. I'm trying to mimic here. So hope I don't mess it up. That's about right. Okay, so I believe the only thing I have left to do now is doing the outlines for the characters, doing the background, so I'll have to call it here today. Been a wonderful live. Thank you for coming and jumping on. I really appreciate you doing that. Apologies again for not showing the last few days. I had some things I need to take care of. We're back, that's a key thing, and we will be back again tomorrow by 9:30. I don't believe I might be doing commentary tomorrow. I will likely just make a video and just basically have music play in the background, so just so you see, just in case you see that happening, just expect it and don't be angry. It's something that you should actually embrace because you guys love music, don't you? I will also maybe look for other alternative music that might be cool I can play safely on Twitch. I don't really have that many options, but I will look for stuff. Basically, hope that you guys enjoyed this live and you guys have yourselves a great day wherever you are. Really appreciate your presence here. Really hope that you guys continue to have yourselves a great time, great day, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are. I just want to say thank you very much for showing up. It really helps me. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come to my platform to watch. I really appreciate you liking the videos, following me, spreading it to other people. Please don't forget to visit my website as well, which is yazat.me, which is yazart.me. I've got a novel series there called The Drummerland Saga. It's a horror series. It's in 4 parts, available for download in 3 clicks. It's a great story, very emotional, about 2 characters, Dana and Angela, who are finding their way through life, avoiding the horrific pitfalls that are ahead of them. It's something I'm sure you would love. It really has a lot of unexpected twists and turns in it, so I'm sure you'd have something there that you would love to see. I've also got merchandise as well on the website. I've got my art pieces on t-shirts, hoodies, cups, pins, phone cases, canvases, blankets, all sorts of things. So feel free to click through on my website to go to the vendor site to get what you want. I'm sure you find something there for yourself or for your family. I've got music on the website as well. I have one that has been out now for a bit, which is called The 12 Tribes of Yesharala. Great listen, you can download it for a fee as well. I'll be releasing other albums in time on the website. I'll also releasing other books in time as well, so look out for those ones. I do have stationery on the website. and they are beautifully designed notebooks which you can get on Amazon for a great price. Please feel free to buy any of these products and more, which I will be providing on my website in time. That will help support me, and I really appreciate you doing all this for me and helping the cause and helping me to keep moving forward in this journey. I really appreciate all your help in all this. Don't forget to tell your friends about me. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me. Don't forget to, send me a chat. Let me know that what you're up to. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know what you think about the life. Any thoughts you have on it. Thank you so much for everything. Hope you guys have yourselves a great day. This is Yazat. Over and out. God bless and ciao.